Unique Melody, a brand most people associate with high-end in-ear monitors, not everyday true wireless earbuds. And when they step into the true wireless category with the U-XUE, expectations are naturally higher than usual. But this is not positioned as just another daily driver earbud. Instead, it tries to bring multi-driver architecture and even bone conduction into a compact wireless design, which is a direction we do not often see in this segment. So today we are going to break down what all of that means and who these earbuds actually make sense for. Let's get started. Starting with the design, U-XUE keeps things clean and understated. You do not get flashy patterns or glossy shells. Instead, you get a soft matte surface with what the company calls a skin feel coating. That small detail actually matters because it changes how the earbuds feel during long listening sessions. They stay grippy and do not develop that slippery plastic sensation when your ears get warm. The case follows the same philosophy. It is compact, simple, and practical. It opens with a firm snap and closes securely, so it feels like something built to last rather than a throwaway accessory. As for comfort, it is handled thoughtfully. You get two types of silicone tips in the box, vented and non-vented. Because of that, you can choose between stronger isolation or a bit more airflow and awareness. That flexibility is useful if you switch between desk work, workouts, and casual listening at home. Once in the ear, the shape locks in naturally. It does not push too deep, and it does not stick out in a way that looks awkward or unstable. Over longer sessions, that balanced fit becomes one of the reasons you forget you are even wearing them. Now, this is where U-XUE starts to feel very different from typical true wireless earbuds. Inside each bud, you get a hybrid setup: a 10mm carbon nanotube dynamic driver for bass and mids, a balanced armature for treble, and a silver palladium bone conduction unit. Because each driver handles a specific frequency range, sound is divided more cleanly than in single driver earbuds. Then, bone conduction adds vibration through the ear structure, which is meant to enhance spatial awareness. So instead of only hearing sound through air, you also feel subtle resonance, which changes how space and depth are perceived. In actual listening, tuning comes across as balanced rather than exaggerated. Bass has good presence, though it avoids becoming bloated. It carries enough weight for electronic or hip-hop tracks, yet it does not bleed into vocals. Mid-range is where speech and vocals live, and here it stays clear and forward. That helps not only with music, but also with podcasts, YouTube videos, and voice assistants around a smart home setup. Treble from the balanced armature reveals small details without turning sharp or tiring, which means longer sessions stay comfortable. Bone conduction adds a slightly more open feeling. It is not a dramatic effect, yet when you switch back to regular earbuds, you may notice the stage feels more closed in comparison. Moving to connectivity, U-XUE runs on a Qualcomm chip with Bluetooth 5.2, and support for aptX lossless, and 24-bit 96 kHz audio. That means, if your source device supports it, you can stream higher quality audio than standard SBC or AAC. More importantly for everyday use, latency sits around the low millisecond range, so video playback feels properly synced. When you watch content on a phone, tablet, or smart display, lip sync stays accurate, which is something you only notice when it is wrong. Through the Smart Sound app, you can switch between hi-fi, ambient, and assistive listening modes. Hi-fi mode keeps the sound closest to the original tuning, so most people will likely leave it there most of the time. Ambient mode becomes useful when you are at home and need to stay aware of what is happening around you. You can hear notifications, doorbells, or someone calling from another room without removing the earbuds. Assistive listening mode pushes voices forward, which can help during conversations or in noisy cafes. The app itself is not overly polished, though it is simple to understand, and all core controls are easy to reach. For calls, the earbuds use a directional microphone array with AI noise reduction. Because of that, voices stay clear during indoor calls. And even outdoors, your speech remains understandable over moderate background noise. Touch controls handle playback, track skipping, and mode switching. There is also smart in-ear detection, so audio pauses automatically when you remove a bud and resumes when you put it back. That may sound minor, yet over time it reduces friction in daily use. Battery life depends on whether the earbuds run in Class AB or Class D amplifier mode. In practical terms, you get roughly 5 to 6 hours from the earbuds and another 10 to 12 hours from the case. Those numbers are not the highest in the category, though they remain workable for a full day with occasional charging breaks. Charging itself is quick, so topping them up between tasks or meetings usually keeps them ready. One notable omission is active noise cancellation. At this price point, many people expect A and C as a standard feature. Unique Melody instead focused on driver complexity and sound quality. So, if you travel often or rely heavily on noise blocking, that decision may feel like a compromise. But bone conduction is another area where expectations should stay realistic. It enhances spatial perception, though it does not transform the listening experience in the same dramatic way marketing might suggest. Well, U-XUE makes the most sense for listeners who already care about how audio is reproduced, not just how loud it gets or how strong the noise cancellation is. If you like the idea of a miniaturized multi-driver IEM setup in a wireless format, this design direction becomes appealing. It also fits well in a smart home lifestyle, where you move between music, video, calls, and voice assistants throughout the day, and want consistent audio quality without switching devices. So overall, Unique Melody UXUE feels less like a typical consumer earbud, and more like a technical experiment brought into a wireless form factor. It prioritizes hybrid drivers, bone conduction support, and high-resolution audio over mainstream features like aggressive noise cancellation. That approach will not suit everyone, though for listeners who value layered sound and unusual driver design, it offers something genuinely different in a space where most earbuds start to feel interchangeable. That was all. Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more reviews and comparisons.